Greetings, everybody! We are here in the most awesome of occasions as vileSpanishiwa is going to get a couple awesome shoutouts in a second. But first, we're watching Runek, the Terran in the top left, going to go up against vileSpanishiwa on GSL Crevasse, a very, very good map that is, I'm tempted to say, going to favor Spanishiwa for a few things. But first, I want to say that Runek is a very strong Masters Terran player, so it will be very exciting to see what he's. Is he controlling his SCVs individually to mine more efficiently? That'd be kind of cool. He does have them queued up on the close mineral patches. That's a very cool thing to see in the early parts of the game. But now everybody here is for Spanishiwa, as Spanishiwa is responsible for me getting another 500 viewers in my stream. So thank you to him for being an awesome human being as well as the most incredible StarCraft player ever. I am TQ Xander. That was a really long intro. Why don't you say hello?
Hi, I'm Zeke's gaming admin, casting admin, Popsicle Stick.
Alright, so thank you to Popsicle Stick, thank you to Zeke, as Zeke is amazing for holding tournaments, guys. You can do that yourself if you so desire, z33k.com, and you can possibly hold a tournament that will have vileSpanishiwa in it, as he is an incredibly nice guy with an incredibly unique style, a style that requires no gas until very, very much later than a normal Zerg would have, and he uses a lot of dropping. He uses banelings, zerglings, upgrades, as well as Nidus Worms. That is perhaps the coolest part, the fact that he uses Nidus Worms very effectively, and not in an all-in fashion. It's not like here, I'm going to load every single unit I have ever built, put in the Nidus Worm, hope it gets up in your base, and then use that as my strategy. No, it's actually a very solid thing, and it's incredibly powerful. We actually also see him going for these really juicy mineral expansion that has the 8 mineral patches, as opposed to the expansion back in your base that just has the 6. This back expansion does have a very, very easily defendable area because of the fact that you can only get there through the main choke, which is also made one force field wide by these destructible debris that are there. They do only have 1,000 hit points though, as well as 1 armor, so they are taken down much more easily than the rocks that have 2,000 health and 3 armor, which is incredibly relevant in terms of Zerglings and Marines, those units that we'll be possibly seeing a lot of in this game as is a ZVT. But really, it takes a long time to start to kill those destructible rocks. Spanishiwa is going to really be, I'm really curious to watch what he's going to play. There's really no other way to say it. I'm just excited to see what he's going to do.
Yeah, we're seeing a really nice expo here, going for the forward expansion rather than the side one with 1 gas. Some people in the chat there, Xander, saying they already prefer you over some big name casters, man. Damn, everyone's seems like they're really liking the stream and enjoying it, as we are here with Spanishiwa, who, yet again, is just the greatest guy ever. So nice. I've been talking to him in between the matches, talking to him about his matches. He really thinks about everything he does in these builds. You can see that is definitely true by the way he just speaks about how he plays.
Yeah, he was very humble on the Day 9 Daily. That's something I really noticed and was very happy about. And thank you to anybody who thinks I'm with the big name casters. Like, I don't agree with you, but I'm incredibly appreciative of that. But there's something that I want to notice immediately is the fact that Runek's build is only just now going for a command center, if he's going to use this command center. Runek, command center. There we go, command center. Because of a map like Crevasse, especially against someone like Spanishiwa, who you can't attack early on, really, unless you do a crazy all-in cheese, is the fact that on Crevasse, you've got to get your economy up. You have this in-base base that you can get, and it's free. You can command center first easily, especially against someone like Spanishiwa, who is known for going for this passive early on gameplay. Runek should really, there's no reason for him not to go for a very fast command center. It just is way too beneficial. The macro just becomes way too powerful for any other response, and now we actually do have this Hellion going to go ahead and try and get a few kills, but really, with these 3 queens out, this Hellion's not going to do much. Is he going to go ahead and block off this? Yep, there it is. Queen going to block off this ramp. There will be nothing attacking.
Hellion there only getting 1 kill, but we're really starting to see now the macro of Spanishiwa really take shape in this build. He is leading now in the Harvester count and going with his signature Spinecrawler Queen opening. Really safe here, holding off that Hellion. That Hellion only got 1 drone kill, and he's still leading in drones, 31 to 20, 25 SCVs. So we really see this build starting to pull ahead and do what it's meant to do, which is give him such a strong economic lead in the early game.
Yeah, and now we do have these 4 extractors just now finishing that he put down at the end of that attack, so we should be seeing some crazy, crazy layer first before speed type of stuff that Spanishiwa is known for now. But we do have Infernal Preigniter being researched by Runek, which is a very, very good option. If Spanishiwa does end up going for the massive Link style, this Hellion count is going to be a real problem for him, unless Spanishiwa decides to go for a Roaches and then possibly go for a Fast Hive in order to get Broodlords out to destroy what seems like it will be a mech style of play from Runek. You can see he's got a lot of Hellions. He's actually not rallied right now on his factories, but the reactor and the tech lab there's only Hellions in production right now. He does not have anything else on the way. He is simply macroing up and getting a ton of Hellions. He might be trying to go for a expansion. There we go. Runek really playing for the late game, which is probably going to be the strength of really trying to play against Spanishiwa's style.
Oh, we're seeing a huge Hellion push now coming through the middle. This could potentially do some big damage. We have the Queens coming over here to try to back up the mineral line, but these guys just running into the Spine Crawlers and backing up. Where are they going? They are heading into the mineral line now. Blue Flame Hellions roasting tons and tons of drones. All these drones going down. All these Hellions working themselves into a corner. But Spanishiwa just can't manage to hold this with just the Queens. They are just not enough. Zergling's getting roasted as well as all of the drones. There is just nothing he was able to do there. Definitely these Hellions just paid for themselves. 6 kills, 5 kills, 7 kills. All of these Hellions walking away as veterans.
Yeah, and now Spanishiwa, though, that was not a huge loss. Right now, the thing that I'm noticing from Spanishiwa is the fact that he hasn't gotten his 3rd base up quite yet. He is ahead in the worker count. However, it looks like the Hellions are going to go ahead and start trying to find more places to poke around. But Spanishiwa does have a creep spread that's allowing him to see this, and he's going to move his Queens out of position, interestingly enough, and allow more drones to be... Oh my god, so many drones are going down. Runek is really being efficient with these guys, and he's not blocking off... Oh, he's not blocking off the main, but it's not going to matter. It's going to move in there. Nidus Worm is in the back, though, so, oh my god, Spanishiwa is really going to start controlling everything with the fact that he's going to take out SCVs that really cannot be afforded to be lost by Runek. But is Spanishiwa going to take out these guys? There are a few Marines here for support, but the Blue Flame Hellion's being controlled, and it is going to go down. But Spanishiwa has pulled back a lot of Runek's units, but with this strictly Blue Flame Hellion, and now we've got tanks in the mix too. So it is going to be a very interesting biomech type of style with these few barracks that are also added on. Engineering bays need to start getting upgrades, and here we have more Lings running out, but coming out one by one is not going to be the way to deal with the Hellions. Queens are now on the field as well, but he's got to pull them back. Good transfuse to keep it alive, but where is he?
Oh, and the Nidus Worm goes down, stranding these Queens in the back of Runek's base. Runek playing very well right now, taking down all the harass that's being sent at him by Spanishiwa, and still now is in the economic lead. He's got 37 harvesters to Spanishiwa 30. Oh god.
Alright, well, again, Spanishiwa has not gotten a 3rd base up, so we actually have a Terran that's been on 3 bases for a lot longer than a Zerg's been on 2 bases, which is really not where Spanishiwa would like to be. He's got to get his economy back up, and this map does not have gold mineral patches. That would be a very, very good move for Spanishiwa if you had a map that it was a choice to try and get his economy back up, but really, that's not an option for him with his map. He's got to do something, though. Maybe double expand or... Trying to find a way to do damage to Runek, but Runek has got 3 orbital commands. That's a lot of mules. So even losing SCVs is not as detrimental as it theoretically could be.
Yeah, Runek now is still leading in the income. We have Spanishiwa actually catching back up pretty quickly now. He's only 3 drones down. We really need to see a 3rd, though, from him soon if he wants to keep himself in this game. As the game goes longer and longer with a Terran taking his 3rd and just massing up tanks and Marines, Blue Flame Hellions, too, all really, really strong against this heavy Ling composition that we're seeing. We really need to see a 3rd up from Spanishiwa, or else Terran's going to just start pulling ahead more and more. We see a 40 food deficit almost in Spanishiwa right now. The supply counts do not lie. We have another Nidus coming up here, though, at the 3rd expansion of Runek.
Yep, there it is. out of vision of them, and we are going to be seeing harassment with the Infestors. That is a very, very good move. Ooh, he's got a really good opening. Oh my god, Spanishiwa is just sacrificing Infestors. He cannot afford to do that. He went straight for the mineral line as opposed to targeting the Marines, which is what he should have done. It's the only way to really actually make that pay. But that is a bad loss for Spanishiwa. He needs those units. He does have tech up to have the Roach one there, but he really just has not been able to do that much harassment against Runek. Runek is ahead, 9 SCVs as opposed to drones, but Spanishiwa's third is not even done. Plus, it's the backdoor thing that only has 6 mineral patches as opposed to the 8.
Yeah, Spanishiwa now dropping a changeling, scouting out Runek's base, but he's not going to see much that he didn't catch before. I think he knows right now. I think he knows that he's in a lot of trouble if he doesn't do something quick. There's a fourth coming up from Runek actually now. So Spanishiwa finally has his third. His third actually just popped, and he has to go and saturate that now. The drone counts are almost even. He has everything rallied to his Niduses. He's really, really trying to pull off heavy Nidus play here, and I think he really needs to deny one of these expansions because Terran on 4 base to his 3 base, Terran's just going to pull ahead, and there's not going to be anything he can do.
Yeah, and this planetary fortress that's coming up, if there's a single missile turret over here, then the burrowed infestor harass will not be able to happen, and that is going to be a beautiful move if Runek does decide to do that. I do want to note that Spanishiwa's macro is pretty crazy as he is catching up in the food count. He's researching some more upgrades, getting +2 as we speak, and he does have 4 infestors in the field, but he's got to make use of them. If he got another Nidus, oh my god, look at that. Runek is really, really making sure he's safe. He is a siege tank in siege mode, covering this entire backdoor expansion. However, there's a Nidus turret just popped up next to it, but he's got to pull back because that siege tank's going to be enough to defend this. There are the roaches moving in. They do not have speed yet, though they are slow roaches. Viking is on the field. Runek is being forced to pull back his entire army. Spanishiwa's got to make use of this in terms of like a double-pronged attack. He just doesn't have the force to do this. He's going to move in and lose all these roaches, and he's streaming in more units, but this could be exactly what Runek wants if he ends up keep on losing these units. The fungal growth does take out the Marines, however, but scanning, and Spanishiwa's going to just go ahead and lose that infestors.
I don't know if that was the best exchange for Spanishiwa, but Spanishiwa did split his units a bit there and get some really good damage on the SCV line of Runek back here in his expansion. He definitely dropped Runek's supply count below his, not his supply count, his harvester count. Spanishiwa is now leading in the incub tab, but I don't know for how much longer. I don't think that that exchange afforded him a big enough lead for the amount of losses he's incurring. He's engaging now at the front, but that planetary fortress just completely dominated, sitting there with 16 kills, and the supply gap is just getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, that was not a good engagement. If he actually gone in for the Runek's third base, then that would have been more effective, but luckily for Spanishiwa, Runek actually misclicked, but never mind. Runek did just finish off.
There's another Nidus coming up here in his main base, but that just dies worthlessly.
Yeah,
I think he's trying to drop another Nidus in the back now too. He has that Overseer going up, just getting hit by the missile turret. He's going to lose that Overseer if he's not careful. And there's the Nidus, and that's going to die as well.
That is so bad. Each Nidus farm is a heavy investment. And Spanishiwa's again pushing forward, but this planetary fortress is just so well placed. It can hit anything that's trying to get close there. Just that expansion is just begging to be used in terms of just saving a Terran's butt. But now we do have this refinery being there. It's really the main use for this expansion, just having that extra bit of gas there, as Runek is just being so effective. Spanishiwa is now trying to get up his own fourth, but his trying to poke some prods and get back into the game are really not doing anything. As we can see, that Runek is being very good with his upgrades. He's getting +2/+2 right now. Spanishiwa is now getting adrenal glands, as well as the +3 melee and carapace. Ultras are in production as well, so Spanishiwa is trying to use his hive tech to get him back in.
Spanishiwa is not in the most comfortable position. These Nidus networks, at this point, he knows he is not doing much damage with them anymore. What he's trying to do at this point is just buy himself time to get this fourth expansion that he's finally thrown down to really, really bank off the tech that he's teching up. He does have his hive tech up. With, like you said, those ultras coming down. He's really trying to buy himself time because he feels the pressure of his opponent. Still dropping Nidus worms, trying to do as much damage as possible, because if he doesn't and that Terran army rolls into him, he is going to be in a lot of trouble, but he is making up the difference at this point. He's starting to slowly catch on his opponent. I really want to see these ultras come out. He is getting the upgrade 3/3 for his ultras, and that'll be very powerful against the army of Runek.
Yep, vileSpanishiwa did just get dropped in his third base that he took, but he is saving it himself pretty well. That medevac escapes with 6 health. That is upsetting, but vileSpanishiwa, I'm curious what his queen count is just for the fun of it. He has 5 queens. Fairly solid, getting up his 4th base. They just finished, but that got dropped too, and all the drones transfer are getting caught, and vileSpanishiwa is not pulling back the drones. He's losing the drones. He cannot afford to lose them. Finally pulling back, but one Ultra, a few Roaches are going to move in, but Runek could just retreat, and is Runek targeting that Ultra? Spreading off the units like its Banelings to try to take out the Ultra, but it's not going to work. He's going to pull back inside his medevac after doing a fair bit of damage, taking out drones. SCV count is ahead of the drone count. vileSpanishiwa is producing a lot of Ultras right now. Chitinous plating did just finish, so he does have... Oh wait, is Chitinous plating not even researched? What? The Ultras only have 4 armor. There is no Chitinous plating. There it is, finally starting. It was +3 armor that did finish. I mixed up the little bit of the icons.
Yep, we still have Ultra streaming out now for vileSpanishiwa. Runek is moving up his tanks. He is going to siege, I think, over here at the 4th of vileSpanishiwa and try to take this out. If he loses this is going to be a huge deal for him. He can't afford to not be on 4 bases against a 4-base opponent, especially as Runek's taking his 5th base. These siege tanks doing tons of damage, and now the Ultras are rolling in, getting us surrounded by the Ultras and the Lings. All of these siege tanks are going to go down, and that is just great from vileSpanishiwa.
Yeah, that is the kind of mistake that is going to help vileSpanishiwa. However, it's not that big a mistake because of the fact that vileSpanishiwa just lost his really key base. vileSpanishiwa needs to go again, but look at this. Runek is also expanding over here in the top middle. So Runek has a maxed army yet again. He's going to be able to start pretending he's a Zerg and start just sending units at vileSpanishiwa.
Yeah, we definitely see that Max is he is floating over 2,300 minerals as well as 1,600 gas from Runek. So vileSpanishiwa staying very low right now. vileSpanishiwa needs to destroy this army, but just like you said, just like a Zerg player, he's going to have enough minerals and gas to just back it up.
Whoa, vileSpanishiwa locked in an Ultralisk. Using the extractor, building the extractor locked in the Ultra, that's something I did not know happened. So guys, there's a little padding thing to note, that you can lock in an Ultra back there with a Vespene Geyser. That is unfortunate. And look, another expansion from Runek. He's going to go ahead and drop again with a very injured medevac. There's a Queen over there. There's an Infestor. That would be good, but that's 16 kills. Wow. All I know is that, look at this. Mass expansions coming from Runek. He knows he's in a great position. He's going to use this to try and seal the deal with a ton of Expos on the way. That is a beautiful, beautiful play. And there's going to be the fungal growth going to take out that medevac as well. Never mind, as the Zerglings are now going to go ahead and clear off those Marines. But still, I don't know if vileSpanishiwa can win this. He very well might get taken out. He is at max food, but Runek's going to be able to mass Orbital Command, sacrifice SCVs, use mules for his economy, and he could have this very easily as long as he doesn't make any crazy mistakes.
Yeah, Runek is really giving vileSpanishiwa the chance to get back into this game. vileSpanishiwa can't afford to be losing units to these siege tanks. He's finally just catching up in the food count and now losing tons of units. I like that he started finally morphing some more Banelings. He really needs those to pull ahead, but he can't also afford to lose these Overlords as he's not even maxed yet. He needs to be careful where he's placing everything. Siege tanks raining down fire on these Ultras. He's just losing tons of units to all these siege tanks.
Yeah, and there's another Nidus Storm is on the way somewhere on the map. There it is, over here, within range of the Watchtower. That's the biggest thing that's being harmful to vileSpanishiwa, is just the fact that Runek has all the vision. He knows if anything's being thrown down, he can prepare for it easily. We have another Planetary Fortress morphing up here in the top middle. Down here, we're getting Planetary Fortresses everywhere. He's actually not going to go for the mass muling. He does have 2 Orbital Commands on the way, but...
That is now a Planetary Fortress, so he needs to pull back. Sitting at 9 kills, that Planetary Fortress is definitely doing its job. He needs to get back in that Nidus and run away, or he's going to lose those units.
Yeah, they're going
Second
down.
Nidus coming up now, though, on the other side of that destructible rock barricade. I really like that. If he can stream out units into here now, Runek has nothing to protect this. He has idle SCVs just sitting around doing nothing. I don't like that play from Runek. I'd like to see him saturate his other bases that he took the time to get up, but is not currently using.
Yeah, and now, really, what vileSpanishiwa needs to do is start working down the production facilities. Make sure that Runek cannot rebuild, but with a maxed army, Runek is going to go ahead and push out or not. I don't know. He does have +2 attack upgrade on siege tanks and 3/3 done for the Marines. This is a very strong army. SpanishiWa doesn't have any Overlord transport capability.
Spanishiwa moving in though at the base. He's moved in all his ultras. He's trying to just do tons of damage. I think that's why Runek was hesitant about moving in. He moved back first because he wasn't sure if he had to go attack. But I think he's going to go for something along the lines of a base trade here.
Yeah.
Because he has so many other expansions around the map that he doesn't have to worry about losing them all.
Yeah, and the hive is going down for SpanishiWa. That is bad. Where is his Ultra Cavern? It looks like all of his main production facilities are in his main base, which is good. However, this is a bad situation for him. All these Ultras are doing a good bit of damage, but Runek is just going to be able to destroy everything that SpanishiWa would ever hope to have.
SpanishiWa putting Baneling bombs down, which would have been great, but there was a scan to check for those. And now all those Baneling bombs just got blown up. Those would have been great if they could have gotten some damage up. And he pulled back all his Ultras and his Queens, and it looks like he's going to try to shatter this army and then push ahead for the win.
Yeah, now where... Wow, so it looks like he did retreat back into the Night Swarm. So he does have all his army back here in his main base. So really, we're just going to be waiting on an engagement from SpanishiWa's part, as that's his only option right now. Which is rather unfortunate. This is bad for him. Runek is just going to go ahead and sit out as he remaxes, and oh my, this is just sad to see. SpanishiWa is in a very hard spot right now. His only mining base is got 6 mineral patches, and they're all about to be gone. 200 is the most he has in any mineral patch that is left. And Runek is just being so annoying and just sitting outside the base. We do see Lings and Ultras moving in, but Runek has siege tanks up there just waiting, and that Ultras does burrow. But is there going to be a scan to see this?
If you look at the bottom left, Runek actually just made 6 starports, getting tech labs on all of them. Is he going to go for mass Banshees to try to finish up this game with all these Ultras here? He does have SpanishiWa contained right now, so he doesn't have to worry too much about them going anywhere. And without being able to afford many more Nidus networks, SpanishiWa is looking almost dead. If these Banshees definitely come in, that's going to be game over.
Yeah, and now the starport could mean that there's going to be Banshees. It could mean there's going to be battle cruisers. Either way, this game is won for Runek.
That would be entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, right now he's just waiting for SpanishiWa to GG. He is just sitting outside. SpanishiWa, there's very little chance that he has a way to come back into this. I really don't see how, especially with Runek playing so solidly. And look at that. Look at all these drones here. We have 48 drones. That SpanishiWa's 6 mineral patches. Actually, it's less. It's 3 mineral patches now that are left. And Runek, he has this game. There's no other way around it. There is nothing SpanishiWa can do right now. And look at that. There's a scan. And now that Runek knows exactly what's going on, Runek should probably, just as a way to be safe, just scout these top right 3 bases. Looks like he's actually doing that. But really, taking out everything that he can. Oh wait, here we go. SpanishiWa is going for a counterattack inside the main base. Ultras are there. Lings are running in. We are seeing that there's going to be a few units taken out, but Runek still has siege tanks and everything. And he's not moving his army in here. Oh, he's actually going to go ahead and counterattack immediately. Baneling bombs are gone. Goodbye, Baneling bombs. Oh, this is bad. Runek is going to go ahead and take out the Nidus network. Oh, if he just targets the Nidus network, that will be an instant GG. Instead, he's just going to deal with each Ultra and unit as they pull back. Transfuses on the Ultras is going to be completely worthless, as SpanishiWa, his 4 Ultras that are left, are going to continue to take out the army that is left here for Runek. But Runek, battle cruisers. He has queued up battle cruisers, guys. We are seeing queued up battle cruisers.
You definitely called it. That just goes to show also how much of an economic lead that Runek's at right now. So many battle cruisers being queued up, 5 right now, and that's it. SpanishiWa GG's. That is game over.
So crazy game. SpanishiWa gets taken out by Runek. Wow.
We saw our favorite Zerg player, SpanishiWa, lose to the might of the Terrans.